The environment is all around us. It's the land we live on, it's chemical, it's natural, it changes, and it depends on what we do in the environment. Think about the age that you're talking to, whether it's your students, it's your children. If they're 4 years old, there's going to be some language you don't want to use. If they're 16, you can flush it out a lot more. If they're older, then we can talk about the EPA and all of those different organizations where they can understand that more because they have the language and capacity to really understand that. But also, let's take into consideration a child. They might be a younger child who's all about, hey, I want to do this research. They can get on their iPads or Google and say, hey, I learned about this organization. What do they do? They're talking about clean water. What is that about? When we see that that spark has been lit, we're able to talk more about it. Take them camping, take them outdoors, to the zoo, to the aquarium. And those are great opportunities to talk about the environment and climate, and also how not only is the environment all around us, but it changes depending on what happens, it adapts. So that's a great way to explain adaptation. What would happen if there was a bunch of garbage in the water where the seals live? What would happen to the seals? Could you live in a bunch of garbage? What do you think could happen? So comparing it to something they know and also personalizing it also will help with making that connection about the environment and the climate in a way that's not scary. Let them know that there's hope. Depending on their age, they might know certain things as far as what the expectancy, what they think is going to happen to our environment in 10 to 15 years. But let them know there are a lot of things that have helped our environment. There's been lots of bans, there's been reduced use of plastic bags, there's been lots of mutual aid services which has helped to cut waste. There are many amazing things happening. Regardless of whether or not we're talking about the state, the city, the whole country, there are people whose job it is to make sure that the environment is clean, to make sure that we have healthy drinking water. We have air that is healthy for us to breathe. We are able to not be in a community that has trash and garbage all over the place. How can you get the people in your community whose job it is to help take care of the environment and the climate involved? Write some letters. Let's talk to some council people. Let's talk to some elected officials. Get them involved. When many people come together, they can make change. Let's make a plan, and amazing things can happen.